Taliban counter-terrorism sounds almost an oxymoron. How did they do in this field which is completely new to them?
Taliban, of course, had a reputation for brutality before, and in the first few months following the return to power in August 21, they seemed to confirm that by indulging in indiscriminate repression against the Islamic State in Khorasan and also other opposition groups. However, soon they seem to have understood that surgical repression, as they call it now, is much more effective as it avoids alienating entire communities. For example, if you burn a village to punish it. The problem is that surgical counterterrorism can only fully be implemented or effectively implemented if it operates within some kind of rule of law framework.
Overall, how successful have the Taliban been against Islamic State?
Now, the fact is that, anyway, the Taliban managed to destroy a lot of Islamic State cells in the cities. They seized many of their safe houses, so they did real damage. They've also been successful in reducing the flow of cash into Islamic State coffers, which is important because, of course, without cash, well, they don't do much. Even terrorists or insurgents need money to operate. The Taliban have even successfully experimented with reconciliation or integration programs, and they managed to convince a few hundred members of the Islamic State in Khorasan to surrender, especially in Nagra province, which is a key province in the east. However, they have not followed through this. Probably they think that they are winning this counter-terrorism battle, and they don't want to invest money in the program. Maybe they don't have resources, financial resources to spend on that, so they've let it go.
Western powers, Middle Eastern and African governments have all struggled hard to contain the Islamic State first and then roll it back. Are we saying that the Taliban have done better than most of them?
Now, of course, the conflict is not over yet. It would be premature now to say the Taliban have won, have destroyed the Islamic State or have been more successful than others who were fought in the past against the Islamic State for many years. However, it's clear that the Taliban have surprised many observers by being more effective than expected in dealing with this threat. At the same time, it's also true that the Islamic State in Afghanistan, like elsewhere, has showed a great capacity to adapt, remarkable resilience, and most of the problems they have now, or the reason why they have a very low level of activity now, is that they don't have money. And of course, one could think, well, maybe one day they will raise more money, and then they can reactivate their structures. We do know that they have a hard core of very motivated members who are trying to organize, and if they had the resources, could relaunch the operations in the near future and could be effective again. So this has been a period of 9 months where they've been very weak, but that could still change in the future.